morning, everyone. It is October 15th, 2024. I am well aware it is a Tuesday. Yesterday was Columbus Day, and the kids were out of school, so we went to the pumpkin patch all day. And yes, you can spend 12 hours at a pumpkin patch. We have a amazing, it is one of the U.S. largest pumpkin patches. They literally just put in a roller coaster. We're not talking about no rinky-dink pumpkin patch here. So we went and did that all day yesterday. So now I am hunkered down. Kids are at school and I am working. So let's sit down and go through what sold on eBay this last week. We are starting with a Scentsy Buddy. If you've been following me for a while, you know I like my Scentsy Buddies. They do typically sell pretty decent, especially if you get a rare one or a highly demand, such as the sloth. Everyone likes sloths right now. I don't get it, but whatever, you know. Got this, I think, in the Goodwill bins, which is typically where I pick these up. This was listed in August, so it didn't take too long to sell, and it went for $15.99. Next item that sold I've had for quite some time. This was listed back in February. This was purchased at a thrift store during their half off days. It's new with tags. They're men's Amazon essential pants. So I'm trying to think what I paid for these. I don't think I really made any money on this because I typically will pay $2, $3 if it's something new with tags, and this ended up dropping down to $9.99 and selling with free shipping. So I probably made a couple bucks, and then when you subtract inventory costs, I probably broke even. So probably wouldn't be picking these up again in the future. Next item that's sold is this super cute little Pusheen ornament. It's like a little plushy ornament. Found this in the Goodwill bins. Obviously didn't pay a whole lot, and this one sold for $9.99. As you guys know, I dabble in selling LPS. I try and stay away from listing anything on Whatnot auctions that's going to cost me more to ship. Whatnot has a very tricky shipping system. Because this is longer, I was afraid it would go past the 12 inches for Whatnot and become a hassle to ship. So I went ahead and just posted on here. This is like a little limousine that came with one of my lots that I wasn't specifically buying the lot for. So I went ahead and listed this, and it sold for $9.99 with free shipping. This is a super cute Disney tie. This is like a detective Disney, like Mickey Mouse. He's a detective and it's got little footprints on it. Mickey Unlimited, which looking at the tag, you know that this is a little bit older. I want to say probably in the 90s. I didn't put vintage on it though, because I wasn't quite sure. So anywho, this, probably got this at Goodwill bins, maybe the thrift store for 50 cents, buck. And it sold for $9.99. Build-A-Bear stuff typically does pretty well. I had gotten this one. This one was super cute. It's got a little ice cream on its feet. Stop, that's cute. It was from 2010. It was in good condition. I got this at the thrift store, I want to say for $2. And she sold relatively quickly at $12.49. Do you ever have that one thing that you've had for so long and you're like, oh, thank God it finally sold? This is mine. It is a Calvin Klein shirt. Why, new with tags. I have no idea why this didn't go faster. Being new with tags, I feel that those kind of items typically sell pretty quick. And I know I've had it at $9.99 for a while. So I don't know what happened. Yeah, it was listed in January. So this finally sold. This I remember I got at the thrift store on their half off day. That's where I got a lot of clothes back in January. So I probably paid $2, $3 for this. So a little disappointed in this one as well. At one of my garage sales that I hit, I got a whole tote of Fisher-Price Little People. I'm trying to think what I paid for it and how many were in there. It was a pretty decent sized tote, and these were in there. I don't know if Pam is actually Pam. I don't know if that's the actual Pam that goes with this, but we got Mike and we got Jim and we got Dwight. So I threw her in there because I think I had looked it up. If I remember correctly, I think I had looked it up and this wasn't actually Pam, but I threw her in there. We're going to pretend she's Pam. Sold a lot of 4 for $12.49. This is a plush that I got at a garage sale. They had a whole bunch of Pusheen stuff and just pop culture things for really cheap. So I probably paid $1 or so for this one. And I know I've had it listed for a little while. I know I've done a price drop on it. It did sell for $9.99, so it didn't make anything too exciting on this one. I have actually sold this before, so I knew exactly what it was when I saw it in the Goodwill bins, which is where I got my other one. This is the Redstone Giant from Minecraft, and he doesn't, like, he looks cool, like he would light up or do something, but he does absolutely nothing. He just stands there. His arms move, that's about it. Oh, and his head tilts. He can, like, tilt his head. Anywho, found this in the Goodwill bins, snatched it because I had seen it before. I knew it was worth some money. He had a little bit of weight to him. He was maybe like a pound or so, so I probably paid $2-3 for him and sold him relatively quickly for $39.99. This is one of several vintage Build-A-Bear that I got at a garage sale this last spring. I got like a whole tote with some clothes. Some of them were new with tags, and several of the stuffed animals. I knew by looking at these were definitely vintage. I don't know, was there a year on there? Yeah, there was, 1997. So yeah, they still fit all the clothes and everything. They're still the right size, but definitely different looking. And so anywho, I think I've made my money on those because I did a Whatnot auction with Build-A-Bear clothes and sold it all. So I know I've made my money on this batch. I know I've sold a few of the other vintage ones that were in here. So at this point, we're kind of in the pure profit zone. And I sold this one for $9.99 with free shipping. I had hopped into a Whatnot auction. It was a storage unit. I saw in a little preview they were running some toys, which is like my arena. So I hopped in and I did buy a few things from there. I think this one was like $5. She was brand new in the box and no one else seemed to want her. So I think he started the auction at 5 and I got it at 5. There weren't a whole lot of people in the room, which is what you want when you're looking to get some good grabs. So I had $5 invested in this and I sold it really quickly at $19.99. I have so many O-Ball toys. Find them in the bins all the time. And I know they're not cheap. So I do have some listed in little batches. And this is one of them. There were these two cars here. I probably paid 50 cents for these. And it sold for $9.99. I love my Bath & Body Works stuff. This one is a Moonlight Path. It is a full container of the fine fragrance mist is what they call it. I'm just like, perfume. It's perfume. Anywho, so this one, I remember where I got these. I did get these at a kids consignment sale, actually. Somebody had a bunch of these Bath & Body Works for $2 at that sale. So I do remember that's where I got this. So I paid $2 and sold for $15.99. And last but not least, we have Prison Mike from The Office. This one had a sticker on it, like somebody got it from Amazon, and it was new. So it came in this plastic thing with seal, but when I took off the little sticker, it broke the seal there, as you can see, the little hole. And then, like, the box itself, there was, like, a little tear in it. So I wanted to make sure that I mentioned that as well. This I just listed the other day, and then it sold right away. This I actually got, we have a local church that does a fall festival, kind of like a little carnival thing, and in their basement they do like a big garage sale, and everything's like $1 or less, so cheap. This little one had a red sticker on it, which meant that it was 25 cents. I didn't even have to look it up. I was like, 25 cents for a Funko Pop? Yes. So yeah, so this listed and wasn't up for very long. This was one of those where I went on and I was like, what's the cheapest one posted that's new? Undercut it. So $19.99 free shipping, and it went. So this one sold, and I need to go out to the unit today to pack some of this up. So that is all that sold this week, including yesterday. So we got a bonus day. eBay's starting to pick up a little bit. Whatnot's doing well as always. So I don't know. I don't think the economy's that bad. We're going to find out. We are coming into an election time, and with the economy and everything, and with all the weather, somebody was complaining about Whatnot being a little slow and quiet, and somebody said, well, there's a good part of our country dealing with the aftermath of hurricanes that are focused on getting food and water and not buying sterling silver jewelry on Whatnot. So totally makes sense. I get it. I'm in Nebraska. We don't get hit with that kind of stuff. We did have a windstorm a while back that lost power for a while, and it's just the world the way it is right now. So anywho, this is what sold, and I will see you guys next Monday.